Have you ever felt like you've done everything right? You set up a beautiful bird bath in your yard, filled it with water. Everything is ready, but not a single bird comes near it? You stand by the window and wait, but the birds just glance at it and fly away, like that bird bath doesn't even exist for them. And you think, what did I do wrong? Why are the birds completely ignoring my bird bath? But here's the thing, this is not your fault. And it's not a coincidence either. The truth is, birds are noticing something that we easily overlook, and until that one thing is fixed, they will never come near that bird bath. Today, we're going to uncover exactly what that is. Look, this problem isn't just happening in your yard. All across America, millions of people set up a bird bath in their backyard. They fill it with water, find a nice spot for it, and then spend the whole day waiting for a bird to come, take a bath, or just have a drink. But the birds never show up. And the most frustrating part is, you can see them. That same blue jay is hopping around your yard. That same mourning dove is sitting on the grass. That same house finch is hovering near the feeder, but not one of them goes near the bird bath. So the question is, why is this happening? Is it the design of the bird bath? Is something wrong with the water? Is the location off? The truth is, there isn't just one reason behind this. There are three separate reasons. And every single one of them is so small that we normally don't even notice it. But birds notice, because their instincts are so sharp that in a split second they decide, is this place safe or not? Is this water worth drinking or not? And is it okay to stick around or not? And today, we're going to go through all three of those reasons, one by one, in simple language, without any complicated science. So in this video, you're going to learn exactly what those three things are that are unknowingly making your bird bath completely unusable for birds. And you're also going to learn what simple changes, once made, will have birds coming back to your bird bath on their own. This is not an expensive fix. You don't need to buy any new equipment. There are just a few small things you can apply in your yard today. And by the time this video is over, you'll be able to turn your bird bath into a spot where blue jays, mourning doves, and house finches actually want to come back to, again and again. If you want to know the hidden things about the birds visiting your yard that nobody normally talks about, go ahead and subscribe to Yard Bird Secret right now. Every video here, we uncover the secrets of backyard birds that teach you to see your yard in a whole new way. So let's start with the first reason, and that reason is the water. Now you might be thinking, I already have water in it. So what's the problem? But here's the real thing. Birds don't just look at water. They look at the quality of the water. Think about it. When you walk into a restaurant and a glass of water is placed in front of you that looks slightly cloudy, has a faint smell to it, do you drink it? You don't. And birds do the exact same thing. When the water in your bird bath sits for a day or two, dust starts settling in, leaves fall in, small insects find their way in, and a thin film starts forming on the surface of the water. We might not notice any of this, but a blue jay or a mourning dove can sense it from a distance, because their eyesight is far sharper than ours, and their survival instinct always pulls them toward fresh, clean water. Going near dirty or stale water is a risk for them, and wild birds never take unnecessary risks. And there's one more thing that very few people know. In the summer, the water in your bird bath heats up very quickly, and warm water is where bacteria grow fast. That bacteria is harmful for birds, and their instinct keeps them away from any water that doesn't feel naturally fresh. So the first and most important reason is this. If the water in your bird bath is old, warm, or has any kind of dirt in it, birds will ignore it, no matter how perfect the location of that bird bath is. Now let's move on to the second reason, and that reason is the depth of the water. This is something most people never even think about, because we assume that the more water there is, the better it is. But for birds, it's actually the complete opposite. Think about it. A little house finch or a delicate mourning dove comes to your bird bath to bathe, to get a drink, but it does not want to drown. If the water in your bird bath is too deep, 3, 4, or 5 inches, the bird perches on the edge, looks down, and its instinct pulls it right back, because stepping into deep water is a real threat for them. If their wings get soaked and the water is too deep, flying becomes difficult. And for a wild bird, not being able to fly means being in danger. This isn't just fear. This is their most essential survival instinct. Now you might be wondering, so what is the right depth? Birds feel most comfortable when the water is only 1 to 2 inches deep. In that much water they can stand comfortably, splash their wings, take a bath, and if they need to, fly away in a split second. Even slightly larger birds like the blue jay are not comfortable in water deeper than 2 inches, because their instinct also leads them towards shallow, safe water. And if your bird bath is too deep, there is a very simple solution. You can place a flat stone or a shallow tray inside the bird bath, and that will automatically bring the effective depth down. It's a small change, but for birds, the difference it makes is huge. Now let's talk about the third and most important reason, and that reason is the placement of your bird bath. In other words, the exact spot where you have it sitting in your yard. Look, the water is clean, the depth is right, but birds are still not coming. The first thing you need to check is where your bird bath is actually placed. Because for birds, location is not just a preference, it is a matter of their safety. When a mourning dove or a house finch comes to drink or bathe, it is completely vulnerable in that moment. Its attention is on the water, its wings are wet, and its ability to fly quickly is reduced. And if a threat shows up in that moment, a cat, a hawk, or any predator, the bird has very little time to react. That is why birds always prefer to drink and bathe in a spot where they can clearly see all around them, and where there is a shrub or tree nearby where they can quickly escape if they need to. Now think about this. If your bird bath is sitting right in the middle of the yard, completely open on all sides, with no trees or bushes nearby, a bird is going to think twice before coming anywhere near it, because that spot just doesn't feel safe to them. And on the other hand, if your bird bath is tucked deep inside a thick bush or hidden away in a corner against a wall, that's a problem too, because in a spot like that, the bird can't see around it, and a predator can easily sneak up for an attack. So the perfect placement is one where the bird bath is open enough for the bird to clearly see all around it, and at the same time, there is a shrub, bush, or small tree within 5 to 10 feet where the bird can quickly fly to if needed. That combination gives birds exactly the feeling they are always looking for: safety with visibility. And the moment your bird bath is in a spot like that, you will start to see birds making their way to it on their own. So up until now, we've covered 3 reasons: the cleanliness of the water, the depth of the water, and the placement of the bird bath. But now there's one important question. How exactly do birds notice all of these things so quickly? Is it something they learned? Or is it something else entirely? The truth is, it's neither a coincidence nor any kind of training. It is the natural instinct of birds that has developed over thousands of years of survival. Think about it. No one ever tells a wild bird which water is safe and which isn't. And yet, they always know, because their brain and their senses are built in a way that allows them to automatically tell the difference between right and wrong. One thing that very few people know is that a bird's eyesight is far sharper than ours, many times over. They can even see UV light that is completely invisible to us. What that means is, water that looks perfectly clean to you could look very different to a bird. They can see things in that water that our eyes simply cannot detect. And that is exactly why birds can identify old or dirty water so easily. On top of that, birds have another natural behavior that scientists call neophobia, which simply means a tendency to be cautious around anything new or unfamiliar. If the placement of the bird bath or its surrounding environment suddenly changes, or if that spot just doesn't feel naturally safe, birds will avoid it until they are completely sure that the place is safe. And the depth issue is connected to that same instinct. Wild birds naturally prefer water sources that are shallow, like water collected on rocks after rain, or the edge of a stream. That is the natural environment where birds have been drinking and bathing for thousands of years. So when your bird bath matches that natural experience, clean water, shallow depth, safe location, that is when birds truly accept it as their own. So now let's talk about the practical changes you can apply in your yard today. And these changes are so simple that you don't need to buy anything new. You just need to adjust a few small habits. First thing, change the water every day. This is the simplest and most important step. Every morning, empty out the old water, give the bird bath a quick rinse, and fill it back up with fresh, clean water. In the summer, this becomes even more important, because in warm weather the water heats up fast and bacteria grow quickly. And if you clean the bird bath once a week with a little mild soap and rinse it thoroughly, that makes it even better. Remember, the fresher the water, the faster the birds will come. Second thing, keep the water depth between 1 and 2 inches. If your bird bath tends to fill up too deep, place a flat stone or a shallow tray inside it. That will automatically bring the depth down and give birds a solid, safe surface where they can stand comfortably and bathe. This is a change that takes less than a minute, but for birds, it makes a huge difference. Third thing, check the location of your bird bath. If your bird bath is sitting out in a completely open spot, shift it a little. Try to make sure there is a shrub, bush, or small tree within 5 to 10 feet of the bird bath, somewhere birds can quickly fly to if they need to. But also make sure the bird bath is open enough that a bird can clearly see all around it. That balance is exactly what gives birds the feeling of safety they need. And one bonus tip, if you want birds to find your bird bath even faster, add a little drip or movement to the water. You can set up a simple dripper that keeps dropping water gently into the bath, or a small solar fountain works just as well. The sound of moving water attracts birds from a distance, because in the wild, they naturally move toward the sound of flowing water. It's a small investment, but the results you will see with your own eyes. So now you know exactly why birds were ignoring your bird bath. It was never a big mystery. It was just 3 small things that matter a whole lot to birds: stale or dirty water, water that's too deep, and the wrong location. Those were the 3 reasons that were making your bird bath feel unsafe and unwelcoming in the eyes of every bird that passed by. But now you have the solution. Refresh the water every day. Keep the depth between 1 and 2 inches. Place your bird bath in a safe and visible spot. And if you can, add just a little movement to the water. Just those 4 things, and you will start to see that same blue jay that used to fly away, that same mourning dove that always ignored the bird bath, and that same house finch that never came close, finally showing up at your bird bath. Because you've created exactly the kind of place they have always been looking for: clean water, the right depth, and a safe location. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment down below. Were birds ignoring your bird bath too? And which one of these tips are you going to try first? If this video helped you out, give it a like and subscribe to Yard Bird Secret, so more hidden bird secrets like this keep coming your way. And if you want to find out why birds visit your feeder but don't actually eat, make sure you watch our next video. The link is right there in the description. Keep your yard alive with the sound of birds with Yard Bird Secret.